India is a federation and the participation and involvement of states is what really drives the economy. Over the recent past, you must have seen this debate. Is this a purely political, misinformed debate, or do the states actually, the southern states, have a point when they point to data saying that their share has come down versus certain other states which have higher population?
Well, I mean, the paper makes it clear, and the page number that you mentioned, I think either on that page or the one before, there's a very clear diagram, and that is showing that the percentage of tax receipts going to the southern states has actually gone up a bit. Has not increased, not declined at all. Their share is lower because of the Gadgil formula, and because of the way the Finance Commission have mandated the devolution of the central tax receipts. But it's not correct at all to say that their share has decreased. No, it's not decreased. They are, the Gadgil formula has been always based on the size of the population, the index of backwardness, the kind of help that the other states need, and so that the larger states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar do receive a much higher share of the total tax devolution. But the charge that the devolution to the southern states has declined, I think, is quite baseless. And also this government made bold to accept the recommendations of the 13th and the 14th Finance Commission to increase the share of devolution from, I think, 31% to 42%. And therefore, as a result of that, the amount being transferred in absolute terms, I think, has gone up multiple times, by a factor of something like 4x or something. So, the fiscal federalism has been strengthened in this government, and there is no doubt about that. And I say this because I remember that the Prime Minister, having been the Chief Minister of Gujarat, one of the more prosperous states even then, was very concerned about the narrowing of the fiscal sovereignty of the states, and therefore made it a point to give them this greater fiscal space. And now, as you notice, in the present budget and the previous one, the government has gone out of its way to even extend pretty much interest-free loans to the state governments to undertake capital expenditure, and a lot of that has been devolved already. So the central government has not usurped anybody's fiscal space, or not not restricted the flow of tax receipts. Quite the opposite. It has done much better in the previous decades to strengthen the fiscal sovereignty or the fiscal strength of the states, irrespective of where they are located or irrespective of which party is in power.
Dr. Kumar, is there a fear that this argument could extend? For example, Jharkhand could stand up and say that a lot of our mineral resources are being extracted from the state of Jharkhand, and therefore you need to give us more, and that would put the entire national project under question. And I wonder whether the southern states also need to keep this in mind when the politics around this is playing out, sir.
Yeah, but this is not the right way to play this fiscal question at all. Because you are the more prosperous states. The north and the eastern states send their workers to your states, to shore up your economy. They are, in some states, they are becoming the bulwark of the workforce in the manufacturing and in the services sector, and they could start, they could say the same thing, we won't let that happen, or give us a compensation for all the work, for all the value added that our workers are doing, so therefore I don't think this is the way to go at all, because this is a divisive way. This is the one which causes dissonance. Yes, you can, now the new Finance Commission has been appointed, you can make the point there. You can say, as has been said in the past, Please reward performance much more than population. Yeah, okay, if the Finance Commission accepts that, it's a constitutional body. It has the authority to recommend that to the central government or to the parliament. That's the platform, and not make it into a political issue to be fought on the streets, whether in Delhi or in the states. And you're right in saying that several states like Jharkhand or Orissa or Chhattisgarh could then go out and say, well, guys, what about all our mineral resources? Please pay us a royalty if you're going to use them.